Howdy, everyone. We're going to be doing the state of the game for January and for Fusion Strike today. I usually like to do these videos after we've had a month or two to sit with the new set and play in the standard format. Obviously, as the disclaimer has been for a while now, we have no official real life events in North America. So, all of my commentary about competitive environments and metagames and formats and stuff like that are based on play.limitlesstcg.com tournaments. Since that's pretty much what we have right now, hopefully that will be changing sometime soon as we go back to real life events. So the newest set is Fusion Strike right now, and with that came, of course, the Fusion Strike archetype, Mew V Max with Genesect V. Prior to that, my last state of the game video was on the Evolving Skies format, and just to let you know where we've left off from that video, you can go ahead and go back and watch that one if you want more detail. But I was very happy with the direction of the game. Now, of course, with the caveat being three prize Pokemon had accelerated the pace of the game, which is old news at this point. So I was kind of as happy as could be with Evolving Skies format. There was a lot of deck diversity, but the games were still over fast. So I enjoyed the game outside of the game, the deck building, the metagaming, the variety of different Pokemon being played, but the game itself, the action, the gameplay, I was still unhappy with because, we're still in this VMAX, very aggressive, doesn't quite feel like Pokemon, but it was getting better with Evolving Skies. Now, with Fusion Strike, we're pretty much in the same format, the same sets, just plus one set, and just plus one major archetype. So nothing has changed just because of Fusion Strike. There's still deck diversity. I still don't like the pace of play, or the pace of the game, I should say. That there's fewer turns, maybe 5 turns on average, 4 turns, 6 turns, somewhere between there. Um, but we did not have a definitive oppressive best deck in format in the Evolving Skies metagame or competitive format. But we do with Fusion Strike. Mew V Max Genesect V is 10,000% the best deck in format based on popularity, based on conversion rate, based on performances, based on player opinion, based on everything. Mew V Max Genesect V is the best deck in the format. And I think having a best deck in format's fine. We've had plenty of them. Whether that was Zorak Elysopod or Buzzwole Lycanroc back in 2018 or Drampa Garbodor 2017-18. Go back to, uh, let's see, Luxray Garchomp 2010 or Kingdra 2009. Blaziken 2004. Plenty of best second formats that were iconic that I can think of off the top of my head. And having a best second format is kind of just natural to happen once more powerful cards are printed for that format that year. And that's fine. But I think having an oppressive deck and oppressive best deck in format, a clear winner at the top of the metagame, when you have pace of gameplay that is like it is right now, is very feels bad. And in tomorrow's video with Rahul, Rahul Reddy's a guest in tomorrow's video on the channel. We do talk about feel bad moments and how I think they are going to be circumvented with the next set, Brilliant Stars. So today was kind of my last day talking about the Fusion Strike and my qualms with it as we go into Brilliant Stars content. Um, where was I? Yeah, so Mew VMAX Genesect V, best deck in format. It's not bad to have a best deck in format. It's not bad to have the deck that everybody else wants to beat, the most popular deck, etc. The thing is, it sucks because the deck can knock us out turn one unless a Sparkle Meloetta. The deck doesn't really punish poor play. I've said multiple times, like, oh, I have to play perfectly on my end if I'm like piloting Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX versus a Mew VMAX, and they can misplay 4 different ways and probably still be fine. Whether it's just like bad sequencing and they don't draw as many cards as they could, or they send up the wrong Pokemon, a Sparkle to the wrong Pokemon, attach a basic when they should have attached a special, vice versa, whatever it is. Um, Even using a suboptimal attack can be fine in UV mechs. They're just so powerful, and the game is so fast that uh, they are on the aggressing side, so they kind of have room for error because of how powerful the cards are. In that same vein, on the flip side, for every other deck and card, misplays are very, very punishing, and missing a card or bad luck is very, very punishing. Whereas, let's just go back to Diamond and Pearl era 2010. Actually, that's too far. Let's go back to Sun and Moon. Let's go back to, Drampa Garbodor time. Games are lasting like eight eight turns plus, let's say 8 at average. Argue in the comments about that if you want, but let's go back to Drampa Garbodor time. Games are lasting like 8 turns, let's say. Um, if a game's lasting 8 turns and you misplay, you have 7 more turns to make up for that misplay, or for your opponent to miss something, or to have bad luck or misplay or whatever. Or if you have bad luck, then you have 7 more turns for your opponent to have bad luck, and it evens out. Whereas right now, we have, let's say, 4 to 6 turn games. There's much less time and much less room for error if you either have bad luck, or if you misplay, or if your deck just needs a little extra something against one of the stronger decks. There's less chances for your opponent to have bad luck or misplay to even out the playing field a little bit, and it just feels really bad when Mew VMAX is ahead the entire game and it never can fall behind. So that's the problem with Fusion Strike format right now. I think it's not that there is a best deck in format. There can be a best deck in every format, and that's not going to be the issue. The issue is just the gameplay that best deck is existing in. This VMAX era, low hand disruption that's based off prize cards, so little comeback potential basically. We don't have counter catcher, we don't have N, we don't have PAL hand extension, we don't have reset stamp. If you're newer, look up any of those cards I just mentioned, they're all comeback mechanics. Um, and so that's 100% part of it. But to talk about the positives of the format, Ross Cawthon came out with that Baby Dark deck, the Galarian Moltres Hoopa thing with Inteleon. The community experimented with it, added Sable IV, experimented more, added Galarian Wheezing. I'm not sure if Galarian Wheezing or the more consistent version would just stabilize better, but that deck is really, really good. And it beats Mew VMAX to a pulp, which is very good as well. And it's a single prize focused deck. Very good. And it also, you can use skill when piloting that deck. Very good. The problem is, of course, it auto loses to Rapid Strike Urshifu and Jolteon pretty much, just because of bench damage and stuff. But that'll have we'll have an answer to that in Brilliant Stars. But really, really happy about that deck. The only deck I want to play is a Galarian Weezing variant right now, just because like I can punish my opponents for having busted abilities and just slow down the game like I like to. But yeah, I like that deck. So the innovation that has come out a bit in this dull format is really, really cool. Other than that, I still think, the game itself, 3 prizes were a mistake. I can just beat that into the ground. You guys already know my opinion on that. V stars are coming out next set. Hopefully we get out of the 3 prizers. It seems like they're trying to recreate early Sun and Moon, which early Sun and Moon is the golden age of modern Pokemon TCG, so that would be superb, as long as they skip the late Sun and Moon portion of that in a couple of years. Uh, that would be great. So I'll leave you guys off with that. I like Fusion Strike format less than Evolving Skies, but the future is looking bright with the star set. So with that, let me know what you guys think about Fusion Strike standard format of the Pokemon trading card game. Um, Evolving Skies to Fusion Strike, and on whatever we are talking about here. And thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon TCG content. Check out my sponsors and other links in the description down below. And I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network. Peace out, everybody.